Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. You are here on the home of the slightly above average ship review. I am your host KPZ. Alright, today we have got a match in the new Tier 5 Premium Pan-Asian Destroyer, the Anshan. It is really a Gnevi class destroyer that was sold to China, and maybe they've tinkered with some of the internal stuff. But play it like the Gnevi. It is a Project 7 Russian destroyer. That means it is best played at range. It's going to have slow turret traverse. And you've got a choice of two kinds of torpedoes. So you've got the 6-kilometer standard torpedoes that are very fast, albeit short range. And you've got long range, and when I say long range, extra 2 kilometers, deep water torpedoes. All right, here's a look at the teams. We are down tier on estuary, and you're going to see the Anshan has no problem hitting above its weight in this match. I really like this destroyer. We will talk more about where it fits at the tier in terms of the top 3 destroyers at the tier. Is it in the top 3 at tier 5? Yes, I think it is. This is only my second match in the Anshan, so that's with the benefit of one other match under my belt. But this match was so good, we had hit the stop button on the recording right after that. So I just played this Friday night. You're probably seeing it on Wednesday of the following week. I was traveling all last week for work and really working my butt off, so I didn't get a chance. I bought the Anshan on Monday before I left for my road trip, but did not get to play it until Friday evening, where most of the CCs had already put out their videos, although that didn't really play a part in my decision-making on how to build this ship. I decided right away it was a gunboat, and that's how I built it. All right. Here is the enemy Mahan. As you can see, deep water torpedoes cannot engage a destroyer, so that's what that dashed line is all about. Got a Gneisenau over here trying to go behind the island, so we will first send both racks of torpedoes in that direction. The deep water torpedoes, good thing about them, if you're not aware, is they're exceptionally stealthy. So that's the one good thing, but they cannot be used against destroyers. So that's why I put the gunboat commander in here to make the best work of these 4 guns. They are 130 millimeters, just like the Russian guns. Whether they are the Russian guns, I don't think so, because they're have a Chinese name to them in the port screen. So who knows as we get an assisted base cap over here in Delta. Alright, so we're just hoping that the Mahan over here bumbles out in front of us. We can light him up like a Roman candle. He gets absolutely smashed, probably by the New Mexico. Our torpedoes hit home, and we get that first blood for a kill pinch. Alright, so we damaged the Gneisenau with one torpedo. He is flooding. And you can watch the damage counter in the upper right-hand corner of your screen go up, up, up. Yep, just one torpedo is all it's took. You know, the thing is, these commanders, the Pan-Asian destroyer commanders, have a unique skill that makes the torpedo stealthier and raises the chance of doing module damage for decreased damage chance. Instead of module damage, how about increased flooding chance? How about that? Module damage. Who the F cares about module damage? Alright, so the Gneisenau still flooding out. I realize that, kill pinching may try to occur here. So I don't know if he's shooting at somebody else or us. But I am going to start trying to farm him for damage now that the fire appears to be out. And he gets kill pinched in return. So I guess that the Mahan or the Mahan kind of balanced itself out. All right, we're spotted. Here is a Fubuki. Another tier 5 destroyer. You can see we're just gonna, we have to use our guns, so we'll put our bow towards the enemy. I am anticipating torpedoes because that's basically all the Fubuki has to defend itself with. As you can see, his first salvo pretty wide. Second salvo, we are able to maneuver around this one torpedo. We will turn here and line our guns up because he's gone Winchester. And a little bit of splash damage from outside isn't going to do a whole lot. We are using these guns with a quick reload. Finish them off for kill number 2. Hey, a bonus! Here's the Z-39. Tier 6 German torpedo-y boat, I guess you would call it. He is in our gun range, and you got a 3.2 second reload in this build. And I'm not hesitant about putting them to use. You can see we knock out a turret, and even though other people were doing most of the damage, we did finish off the Z-39 for kill number 3. Alright, at this point I'm pretty stoked. I'm like, hey, this ship isn't that bad, It's going to have some weaknesses. Everybody's got weaknesses. Probably has craptastic AA. Alright, got a Colorado over here. And he really hasn't moved very much since the beginning of the match. I think this player is either AFK or maybe doesn't know what they're doing, or maybe didn't load into the match. We'll just say he didn't load into the match and be nice. Because it doesn't look like he's moved at all since the beginning of the match. So we are going to come out here into the Bravo Cap. Going to turn to get my torpedoes in range. He is already being fired upon, already just above half health. We are going to send a couple racks his way. And looking around to see where the other ships are. Got a destroyer and a battleship encroaching on the Delta Cap. And another battleship way out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm going to put on the brakes here and hit my smoke screen and just start farming damage from the Colorado and hope that one of my torpedoes can do the job. As you can see, again, as I stated, 3.2 second reload. You should always be trying to farm damage in either the Soviet gunboat destroyers or the Anshan, if whenever possible, because that's kind of what these ships are meant to do, albeit at a longer distance than the range we are at now. We do get a torpedo strike, and I believe he burns down kill number 4. All right, we are on the hunt for a Kraken in the Anshan. Loving it, folks. I'm absolutely loving it. This was a good buy, at least so far. I'm pretty happy about it. If you bought that Anshan, please sound off in the comments and let me know. I have the benefit of being able to field some pretty high-level commanders for just about every nation, so I was not worried about my effectiveness in this ship. I saw some community contributors had it where they were playing it more as a torpedo boat, and that's certainly up to you. All right, I thought about doing a run for the carrier in the back of the Bravo Cap, but we got a blue team battleship that's already pushed up in there, and so I just felt all I would really do was be spotting it, and the battleship would get the kill, and I didn't want to waste my time. So I see a Warspite, I think it's a Warspite B, making a run for the Delta Cap. We do have a blue team destroyer back there. He's also, in theory, dueling with a red team destroyer who has gone dark for the moment. So I decided to retrograde back into the Delta Cap to quasi-assist my teammate, but more importantly, to try to get that Kraken. And I mean, what more do you need to know? 2 matches in of the Anshan, and we're already going for a Kraken, so I think it's safe to say this is a pretty strong destroyer. Alright, so we got the Warspite in torpedo range. I line up a good set of torpedoes, and what you are about to see here is why sometimes same team aircraft carriers make me want to pull my hair out. I am a destroyer main, and when I say that I play destroyers probably 60% of the time in World of Warships Legends, I play battleships about 30% of the time. And here you were seeing the carrier does a torpedo run right as the Warspite was going to eat my torpedoes, so the Warspite turns away to avoid the carrier torpedoes, and in doing so, all of my torpedoes whiff. I hate to say at this moment, I was livid at the carrier. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But he's just trying to do his job. You know, it's just part of the game that you got to deal with. So I think these torpedoes have a relatively quick reload, maybe around 80 seconds. As you can see, we're just letting the reload counter tick down. We kind of hid behind the island here. He is at close range to us. The aircraft carrier does get killed on the red team. He does get killed by our battleship. So I am backing up to prep my torp run. We will hit the speed boost. We do have torpedoes loaded. Here we go in an old school Russian gunboat destroyer torp run on a Warspite. But we're doing it in the Anshan. And we got these deep water torps. Alright, so we're going to light him up with our guns. He already knows we're here. Secondaries take out our rudder. But we repair that. We hit him with a torpedo. And we're going to try to burn him down at close range. It's not really working. Torpedoes won't arm inside that circle, so I did not fire them. That would have been a waste of torpedoes. We burn him down the old-fashioned way. Kraken unleashed. All right, believe it or not, guys, that is Kraken number 60. I know compared to Metajerk's almost 400 Krakens, it's not very impressive, but for a slightly above average player, I think 60 Krakens in about, I don't know, maybe 90, 200 games is okay. Yeah, slightly above average. You know what I'm saying? All right, so here's our friendly destroyer, quote-unquote friendly destroyer, through a massive torp screen at this New Mexico. We sent just 3 torpedoes. We are in the process of recapturing this base. He puts up a smoke screen. We do get the assisted base cap. He gets him with 1 torpedo. Still watch and see where my torpedoes are going to end up. Detected ribbon. There is the Fushan on a sliver of health. Kill pinch inbound. Kill pinch unleashed. And there's the Confederate medal to boot, folks. We do get a couple of torpedo strikes, it looks like, on the New Mexico. But even though it's looking good, we are not going to get 7 kills in the Anshan today. Oh, you win some, you lose some. Alright, so let's get some milestones here, get some steel. Alright, we get the Kraken Unleashed medal, the Confederate medal, and the First Blood medal. 92,973 total damage. A bunch of progress ribbons, including the Kraken Unleashed hard mode. Looks like we had 5 torpedo strikes to go with our 6 kills and 2 assisted base caps. Just over 400,000 silver and 5796 ship XP and commander XP. And there we are at the top of the board in the Anshan. 2972 base XP, 6 big kills. In fact, between us and the Nelson, we got all the kills for our team, albeit some were probably kill pinches. And that Colorado on the enemy team did not load in. All right, let's go into the port and check out the upgrades. We got the aiming system mod 1. We got the propulsion mod 2. And we were using the Mark 9 upgrade, those deep water torpedoes. I'm going to take those off right here so you can see the base torpedoes when we review the Anshan and the port. So we'll uninstall that, and then we'll go look at the Anshan and the port. But we were using these for the match you just saw. All right, loadout, pretty standard. 2 smoke generators, 2 engine boosts. That is a regular smoke screen. We were running that common battle booster for speed, the Type 9 permanent camo, and the silver flag. If we were really good, we'd have a gold one, but we don't. All right, 16,300 hit points with our build. Got those 4 130 millimeter guns. You can see firing range, 10.7 kilometers, reload 3.2 seconds, 180 degree turn time, 20.7 seconds. HE shells do 1,900 shell damage with a 5% fire chance. AP shells do 2,500 damage. Base torpedoes, 2 triple tube launchers, reload every 70 seconds. Max damage, 15,100. Torpedo range, 6 kilometers at 75 knots. And the detectability is 1,400 meters. So you do take a big hit in speed. You gain a couple of kilometers of distance, and your reload slightly increases. As you can see, almost no AA. I don't know what a 61 She is, but it appears to be rather ineffective. Maneuverability, 39.1 knots with the speed boost flag, 610 meter turning circle, 4.8 second rudder shift time, and concealment, 5.6 on the surface, 3.1 from the air, 2.5 when firing in smoke, I think. So yeah, I would recommend using these torpedoes unless you're doing a different kind of build, and then do whatever you want. All right, here is our commander, Sajen Bing. Base trait, we didn't really use any armor piercing, but it does increase the minimum ricochet angle, so that's helpful. Also a good inspiration maybe for German destroyers. Just an idea. All right, we got Bay and we got Billy Sims doing a gunboat build here, so why not? Row 1, Observant Rage, increases the rudder ship but decreases the reload. Look at me now, twist and track, otherwise you have a 30-second turret traverse. So you give up perceptive, but twist and track is worth it. Smoke on the water. Here's that unique skill, Knuckle Duster. If that was an increase in flooding chance, I would use it, but it is not, so I don't recommend it. And Unstoppable. Of course, this is a legendary skill. Anyway, I don't know if you own the Anshan, but if you're looking for a tier 5 premium destroyer, there are certainly worse choices. In my opinion, it is a gunboat. That's why we played it that way, and we were very successful. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks.